great bull. That's what Western big game's all about.
We're boned out and loaded up.
Take your kids hunting.
Dropped him right in his tracks.
Outdoorsman's Gear for the Western Hunter presents Hunt Forever West, dedicated to fair chase Western big game.
Look at that thing. Look at this. We've got it all to ourselves. Well, that's what we came for, huh? He just tipped him over up there.
Oh my God.
Strap on your boots and come on. Brought to you by MonsterMuleys.com, Elk Hunter Magazine, Weaver Custom Rifles, Wilderness Athlete, Western Hunter Magazine, and presented by Outdoorsman's. Welcome to Sonora, Mexico. Let's join pro staffer Bob Beeman as he chases Coues whitetail. So please sit back and enjoy this fast-paced hunt for one of Bob's favorite species.
He's right up where we want to go to, except we want to get on that same hill. Them deer will start working in here to get a drink this afternoon.
Bob can't tell you why Coues are one of his favorite species. Is it the elusive nature of the deer itself? Is it the isolated, rugged country they inhabit? Is it the hues and colors in the clouds of this lower latitude? Is it the sunsets and sunrises? Is it the long-distance glassing, big optics, good tripods, and hardy boot leather required to pursue this quarry? Is it the ability to extend hunting season into January? Is it the feeling that every bush's sole purpose for being is to make you bleed? Maybe it's all of these reasons. Or maybe it's none of these reasons. One thing is for sure, if you've never hunted Coues deer south of the border, you're missing out.
Pretty little Coues buck there. We're actually set up over water. He's heading back down there to get a drink. But I was looking through my big binoculars. He's got a little point coming right above his eyebrow. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but just a nice little Coues, you know, unaware that we're even here.
Mexico is the ideal habitat for snakes, spiders, scorpions, and collared peccary, also known as javelina, as well as some other interesting characters.
So neat. That's a whole bunch of Quadamundis. For Mexico, they call them chula. There's got to be at least 20 of them. We got them on both sides of us here. Down in Mexico, Coues hunting, and ran into a big old group of these. I wanted to get filmed for a long time. You folks stick with us. We got more Coues hunting in Mexico coming your way.
My equipment made me a better hunter again today.
Spot and stalk, great hunt. We've seen lots of deer. His teeth are pretty worn down. They're really stained.
We came over on a leftover hunt and we killed 3 slammer bucks. Your tip of the week this week is how to set up and take still pictures. We've got our antelope laying here. A couple things we've done already. We've got him up on his belly. We've got his legs folded up underneath him, front and back, so he's laying there like he's bedded down. He's not rolled over on his side. We've got tumbleweeds in front. We'd picked these up a minute ago. Any tall weeds or anything that's in the way, we just kind of cleared that up. We're kind of downhill from the antelope, so I'm behind it. When I kneel down or I'm sitting down here, I'm a little bit lower than the antelope is. That picks him up. We're not going to sit clear back and hold him out at arm's length or anything. We're going to get right up next to him. Another tip is to get your cameras as close as you can. You've got your viewfinder. You really need just a few inches in front of the nose to a few inches behind the tail. So many times people get too far back with their cameras and then the animals are too small. You've got to crop them, you've got to blow them up, then they end up grainy. They're just not as pretty a picture. As I'm sitting here, I'm going to sit down on my butt, as you can see, and that just puts me down just a little bit lower. We've just smoothed him out a little bit. You know, we had some rough spots on his fur here. We've just kind of smoothed those out. I had a napkin. I wiped his mouth up, any blood and stuff. I actually shoved the napkin right down his mouth to hold his tongue and everything in. And then when you want to, get your hand up here underneath the throat. You're not going to get your hand clear around and strangle it, but just get back here, get a couple fingers under this inside jaw. That way you can hold him up. You're not grabbing him around the antlers, around the horns. And you can move his head, you can tip it forward. And as you're taking still pictures, you know, you're going to take some from the back. You can take some from the front. On antelope, it's really fun to take a side picture, and it's a good looking picture to have both horns, you know, lined up parallel with each other. Obviously, we can't do that with this buck. You know, we lift him up, we get the camera low. You don't want to take a picture down, you almost want to take a picture up. That way you've got blue sky behind the hunter's head, you've got blue sky behind the horns. We've got the sun this direction, so the sun's on our face. The sun isn't behind us, causing big shadows. We're gonna have a little bit of shadows the way the sun is, but our whole face isn't shadowed. The antelope's lit up. These are gonna make some good still pictures, and this is your tip of the week.
After 5 days of hunting hard, Bob hasn't found a Coues he wants to hang his tag on yet. He has found some good muley bucks, and his lifelong friend, Mike Riddle, is heading south out of Arizona to join the hunt. He just happens to have a mule deer tag in his pocket. So let's shift gears and join Bob and Mike looking for a muley.
Folks, we got a big hill right back up on top here. Me and Mike and Sergio, we're gonna get back up on this Amarillo zacate is what they call it, yellow grass. And we're gonna be looking for a big mule deer buck this morning. So we'll get up there and see what we can find. You ready?
Bring your eyes, come on.
Let's do it.
As our team sets out on day one, Bob stumbles across an elusive Mexican jackrabbit that he's got to have for his trophy room. As they approach their chosen glassing spot, Mike is dreaming about some of the muleys Bob filmed earlier in the week. And Bob, well, he's dreaming about
one more year, he'll be a good one.
Mike finally convinced Bob that it wasn't a jackalope shed he found, and that he should get his glass on his outdoorsman tripod and find a deer. After several hours, Bob found a rutting muley buck out on the flat chasing does. Bob snuck over the backside of the hill and got Mike. Mike set up his big glass to analyze this muley buck. This buck was always on the move, and Mike wasn't sure if he was going to try and harvest it or not. Better safe than sorry. He sets up his rifle on his outdoorsman's tripod and rifle support and waits for the buck to clear.
Oh, there he just walked through there. What'd you think?
I'm gonna pass on this one.
It's a nice bug.
It's a dandy. It's beautiful.
We got more days.
We got a lot more time. It's just really not what I'm looking for.
Most people would shoot that buck, Mike.
Oh, they drop in the heartbeat.
That boy's pretty, isn't he?
Pretty, yeah.
After a few days, the Hunt Forever West team is back in the vicinity where Bob saw the best muley a week earlier, tending 7 does. Well, something spooked 7 does up the ridge across from our hunters this morning.
Folks, that's them 7 does. That big buck's supposed to be hanging with them, so we kind of been keeping an eye on him. We just keep going over these little draws. We're thinking, he might decide to get up and go with them, but we know he's laying right near somewhere, and he's a good one, so we'll just keep tippy-toeing along.
A few minutes later, the culprit that spooked the does is finally spotted. He rides over to tell our hunters the buck they're after is over in the next draw.
Did you hear my stomach?
Bob and Mike give chase, yet hold up after they catch a doe sneaking through the brush. By the way she acted, Bob knows the buck will be following, nose to the ground. Sure enough, our hunters finally lay eyes on this buck. It doesn't take Mike long to decide this buck is a shooter.
Still got him, John?
Yep.
Go ahead and take him. Right behind the shoulder. Nope.
Oh, hold on.
Keep the film on him. Pull back. Mike's going to keep an eye on him, folks. That buck just walked behind the tree. I think my camera lost him, but we got him. We'll keep an eye on him there. I think he's down.
Mike, I've been on a lot of mule deer hunts. This is probably one of the prettiest bucks I've ever seen, and I can't believe he's a desert muley. He looks like he come out of the slide rock, man.
Yes, he does.
Just, dark and everything else. Man, I want to congratulate you.
This is by far the best deer we've seen.
I think so. And as far as wall appeal, by far he's the prettiest buck.
Yes.
You made a nice shot in there, 208 yards. He kind of got behind a tree on us, but we've got the proof laying right here, so
yeah.
we got our buck down.
Well, you might not have been able to see the shot, but it was perfect for me.
Yeah.
It gave me that window, it opened up, it went
And that quarter inch shot, you took it right in there, come out through the boiler room, that puts him down nice.
right on.
Tell you what, folks, stick with us. We got some more great hunting. And the way this sun's looking right now, if you don't mind, Mike, I'll let you take care of this deer. I'm gonna go back to Coues hunting.
Go get one.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So we'll get back with it. Maybe we'll get you a Coues hunt coming up a little later.
Hunt Forever West is presented by Crumholes Productions. Drop us a line at www.huntforeverwest.com. Hunt Forever West. Good country, good critters, and good friends. Yeah!